It's your girl Maya G, and today's conversation is gonna be about self-love. It's a popular topic. It comes up often. And what exactly is self-love? Is it, pampering yourself, taking a gazillion selfies? Is it, being rude to other people? Is it, thinking about yourself when you get into a relationship and not taking care of the other person? We're gonna dig into it today because I think that there's a major confusion about what self-love is, and today I'm here to clarify based on my own personal experience on what self-love looks like. But before I get started, the purpose of this channel is to help you elevate yourself through your mindset, your spirituality, and your physical well-being, the body and support the channel to grow. Self-love, honestly, if you were to think about it, is to be able to love yourself, to know when it's time to pump the brakes. When it's time to pump the brakes, whether you're stressing on something, when it's time to pump the brakes, when you're allowing others to affect your peace, when it's time to walk away from a situation that's not serving you. However, as you are doing all of that, it's very important to always make sure that you are checking yourself. That means that you're not running away, that you're not being paranoid, and you're not being unfair. Now, from a mind standpoint, a lot of us are dealing with issues. A lot of us have mental issues that we're not even aware of. A lot of us have codependency issues from childhood that we're not aware of. A lot of us may be suffering from a lack of love or lack of understanding what the true meaning of love is. So therefore, to establish self-love, that's a challenge. So having said all of that, how do you break it down into pieces? It's not that simple. From a mindset standpoint, what kind of conversation are you having with yourself? Are you feeling amazing about yourself, or are you saying, "Can't believe this, you're so stupid. How could you do this? You're so dumb, like you're so stupid. You're always making dumb mistakes." Is that what the conversation in your head sounds like? Because if that's what that conversation sounds like, you do not love yourself. And you being able to love anybody else is no way possible, because the only way we can love other people is to love ourselves first. And how do we love ourselves? Is to forgive ourselves, to be gentle on ourselves, not to be so to the point that you want to pretty much kill yourself because you hate yourself so bad, because you can't get it right, because you don't understand, because once again something has gone wrong. Go easy on yourself, but don't quit on yourself. And that's really the beginning of self-love, is what the mind is saying to you about yourself. Have you forgiven yourself for things that you've done in your past? Have you forgiven your past, whether your past is a childhood, your past relationship, the job that didn't work out, that position you applied for that didn't come through? Have you forgiven yourself for that? Because to be able to love other people, to be able to accept other people, to be able to meet people where they're at, you have to be able to meet yourself where you're at. And it's easy to say, "Oh, I love myself. This is self-love. Let go, let God." It's easy to say that. But to actually live in the truth of what that is a whole different ballgame. To be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Yes, I have bad skin. I'm not gonna cover it up with makeup. I'm gonna live in my truth and take care of it from the inside." That's self-love. Yes, my teeth are going bad. Maybe I should stop smoking. I should stop, doing unhealthy things so I can take care of my health. That's self-love. Maybe you're doing drugs. If you love yourself, you can't do drugs. You just can't. Doesn't matter what the situation is, you just can't. If you love yourself, you're not gonna get drunk all the time, passing out, drunk driving. That's part of self-love. If you love yourself, you're not gonna overdraw your account so you could look good and fly with other people. You're just not gonna do it because somebody that loves themselves is not gonna do it. If you love yourself, you're gonna be patient with the growth that you have to go through. The growth in a sense that maybe it's time to change neighborhood. Maybe it's time to change position. Maybe it's time to sit down and have a conversation with your family, a difficult thing that you endured. Maybe, who knows? That's love, that's self-love. Maybe it's time for you to address emotions that you've kept hidden for years. That's self-love. That's self-empowerment. That's freedom. See, self-love is more than just a word. I see a lot of us are throwing that word around, but it's bigger than just a word. Self-love is to be able to recognize your worth. And don't give yourself this high price ticket if you have not earned. If you have not earned it, don't put that ticket on your head. You can embody the energy to become at that level. But don't lie to yourself and say, I know my worth. What is your worth? What work have you put in for you to have a worth? You are God's child. You are, you're nature's child. But what have you done with the privilege of being here? If you haven't done nothing with the privilege of being here, you can't lie to yourself and say, oh, I am so-and-so. Who is that? What have they done? What have they done? And that's self-love. Once you can get to that space where you've graduated from being an amateur to, from a rookie to amateur, from an amateur to a freshman, now you're learning. You're learning, you're helping other people. You love yourself enough to where you're able to love other people. You're able to love your enemies without any hate in your heart. You're able to look at other people and say, you know what? I'm happy for them, and hold no grief in your heart. That's self-love, because you know what? Because we are a reflection of the people that we come in contact with. So when you come in contact with someone, understand that they are a reflection of you. Nothing less than that, a reflection of you. The only people that we have access to, or at least we're able to consciously notice, are people that are somewhat a reflection of us, whether they're judgmental, gossip, spiritual, loving. They are a reflection of what we inspire to be. If we're disgusted by them, that means that we are rebuking that shadow side of us. If we are energized or spiritually bound to them or emotionally bound to them, that means that is the part of us that is required for us to elevate, to establish that self-love that everybody is boasting about. So what I'm talking about today, I'm talking about from the mindset. Understand that every time you come in contact with someone, they are a reflection of you. Whether they give you that nauseating feeling, that is a shadow side of you that you need to put to rest. If they make you feel refreshed, that is a side of you that you need to look into, you need to dig into. If you experience any type of resistance, it's requiring you to go further, to learn more, to go beyond the resistance. Don't take the couch. Do not step back. When it comes to self-love, you want to go ahead and indulge in that space and jump into the opportunity to know what love really is. Because it's easy to say, I love this girl, I love this guy, I love my wife, it's easy to say that. But do you really? Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. So that's in the mind space. I know I went a little extended on that, but I want you to have an understanding of what self-love really is. It's bigger than the clothes. It's bigger than the talk. It's bigger than that positive affirmation. It's bigger than the post. It's real. Step number 2 on the spiritual side. On the spiritual side, you need to know who you are and whose you are. It's important. Do your research. Just because you were brought up by a certain spiritual belief, it doesn't mean that you need to stay there. Do your research. If it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't feel good to your heart, to your core, you feel disconnected, you need to elevate yourself and do the research. It's important, because when you can establish your real spiritual side, hell, you could be an atheist for all I care. If it resonates inside of you and it makes sense and you feel comfortable, by all means, be an atheist. But if it doesn't make sense, do your research. Take some time out, do your research. You don't have to believe what your parents are believing in. You don't have to believe what your sister and brothers are doing. You have to find your own peace. That's self-love. Finding your own peace is the true meaning of happiness. And that's on the spiritual side. On the physical side, you got to take care of yourself. You got to look good. People who love themselves look good, period. That's it. Your skin looks good. Your hair looks good. You dress nice. We're blessed to live in this country where you don't need much money to look good. You really don't. So you don't have to wear brand name expensive clothes to look good. There's a certain level of confidence that you can have by wearing something from, a thrift store and still feel good and still look good, because at the end of the day, the clothes don't make you. You make the clothes that you wear. You could buy yourself a $3 t-shirt, but the human being that's going to embody that t-shirt determines what that t-shirt looks like. So recap briefly, get that mindset on point, abolish any type of issue, situation you had growing up that might be causing you some disconnect, which is aggressive and make you repulsive. Understand that there's a shadow side of you that needs your attention, that you need to attend to. If they are a loving, amazing, and they make you feel great, that is a side of you that needs to be explored, that needs to be expanded. And as you expand that side, you will attract more of that to you. You cannot attract anything that you are not. That is law. And yeah, I know we call it the law of attraction, but it is the law of the land. We can only bring in who we are, nothing more. All right, it's been my pleasure to serve you today. Hope you guys enjoyed the message. Be sure to share with everybody you know. My name is Maya G. Self-love, what is it to you? Comment below. Have a wonderful day.